Hi, my name is Yalo Thomas. I'm pre-sales consultant for Redington Value. Today we'll be talking about a product named as Neverfail. It is meant for DR and business continuity. We'll see about its features and why it is important. There are many softwares available in the market which are actually doing this job. So DR is now a requirement for each and every organization. So each critical applications need to have a DR site. But most of the DR site from the proprietary vendors are too costly, not affordable. So they come in the range of 15K plus, etc. So most of the proprietary softwares come in the range of $15,000 to $20,000, whereas this product is very cost effective. Based on the requirement, it can come below 5K USD. So we'll see what this product has to offer. So typically, the requirement for the DR starts with the low-level backup and restore. It's just the basic stuff. So you need backup for all the content that you have. So backup includes file-level backup, block-level backup, your incremental backup, your full backup, your differential backup, your on-site, off-site backup, nearline backup, or offline backup, or all kind of backups. So that is something which everyone talks about. So you can have a backup typically on a tape drive or you can have it on some other media, and you can keep it in a safe place. But it's the cheapest, but it's not the best, because you need to transfer your tape drives to some safe location, and then when you require it, you need to get back and then restore. Most of the time it might not be available in the form that you want. It might be corrupted, and you will finally find that the backup is not perfect. So though it is the cheapest, but it's not the recommended and the best way of backup. Then you have replication and failover techniques, where you use tools to synchronize your data to some other location. It can be manual, it can be automatic. If the system is down, you can actually replicate. You can have the data on a replicated system. These are specifically data centric, so they don't have the intelligence of the application. So you usually concentrate on the data which you want to back it up. Then you have application centric, which is clustering, which can be active passive clustering, or it can be active clustering, multi-node clustering. So you can have clusters of a number of nodes based on the requirement. That is specifically application specific clustering. A lot of vendors are available in this space too. Then you have business centric availability. So business centric is monitoring everything. So you're just not really monitoring the data. You're not really monitoring the application. You're monitoring the entire system, which is critical. So it monitors the whole ecosystem. So you have a continuous availability, and this is business centric. So it's based on the policies that you have. Now, requirement for continuous availability, these are a few. There can be many more. So, but these are the basic requirement for continuous availability. So starting from backup, continuous data protection and recovery, you need to have a data rollback policy. You need to have failover and switchback mechanism. You need to have remote replication. You need to have automation. You need to have fault tolerance of systems. You need to have user connectivity all the time. Apart from this, there are two other important things. One is WAN optimization, because when you are copying the data from one location to another location, and if it is eating up your bandwidth, it will cost you too much. So you need to have some mechanism by which you can compress the data and send it across in the WAN link. Otherwise, you will be paying too much for sending the data, for replicating from one location to another location. So WAN optimizer is another typical important component of continuous availability. And second is application management tools. So it includes all the monitoring and management tools based on the requirement. That's also again very important thing in the business continuity requirement. Neverfail provides you all of this. It provides all the features required for your continuous availability. It can predict the failure, it can do the health check, and it can do automatic failover. It can predict, and without human intervention, without anyone coming to know. It can predict what is going wrong, because there is a very critical application monitoring tool which is not available in most of the DR solutions available in the market. So it actually predicts what could go wrong and actually do the failover without any human intervention. Then protect the data and the application availability. So protect is another thing. So where you have redundancy of all the servers, you have monitoring and automation of all the servers, and end-to-end ecosystem is taken care of. So you don't leave out any component which need to be protected. Then deliver the performance. So it's also very important, because if the users are not getting the data at a faster pace, if they are not getting it at a good speed, it's as good as downtime. So if you are not getting the data at a proper speed, that means it's as good as downtime. So performance is also very important. So keeping all the users connected is also a very important component here, which Neverfail offers. So it has got a lot of modules. So it can take care of Exchange server. It has got a DR tool for your Exchange server, for your Lotus, for your BlackBerry application, for SharePoint. Most of the people uses this SharePoint. And then for almost all the Windows applications, right from file server to IIS server to SQL server, you can have this solution for almost any application that you want, whether it is custom or it is a Windows software or some third-party software. So it has got modules for all these, which you can use for high availability. We'll see how it works. So first step is to install a second server with another LAN card in it, and a dedicated channel for the Neverfail, so that it checks whether the server is available or not. That is the primary thing. Second, there is an application known as Scope provided by Neverfail. It will check all the component, all the requirement. That is a prerequisite. So if it checks, if it finds everything required for providing you a HS solution, it will give you a report, and based on the report you can actually go ahead. So this is the second step, and then you run the setup. So when you run the setup, it actually clones your Windows as well as the application to the secondary server. So everything is copied to the secondary server, so that you have two identical copy of your Neverfail server. And then starts the replication. So replication happens automatically, so you don't have to worry whether the server is available or not. So it automatically happens. And in case if the server is down, your active becomes passive and your passive becomes active, automatic failover happens. And once the server is back, it will automatically synchronize the data which has been stored here, so that you have same data in both the place, so you don't have any data corruption. And then again your primary server becomes active and the secondary goes as passive. So this is the basic working model of Neverfail. Now we'll talk about the topologies available in Neverfail. The most simple the topology of Neverfail is you have a LAN. You can notice that the network IP is same, 10 series, 192.168.10 series IP, it's in the LAN. So you have a primary server and you have a secondary HS server. So in case, so this is not active. You can notice that both the IPs are same. So this secondary server IP is also same, but it is not active. So in case if the primary fails, the same IP is given to the secondary server, and it takes care of all your applications which need to be taken care in HA mode. Sorry. Second topology is a shared AD identity. In this scenario, we are talking about WAN. There's two network, that is 10 network and 20 network. So you have two different locations in this scenario. So you are connected via WAN link. So in this scenario, you have a primary server at one location and secondary server at other location, which is having a different IP address. So in case primary fails, automatically the failover happens to the secondary server. This is another topology available. Then you have a HA plus DR solution. In this scenario, you have two systems with same IP address in one LAN. So that means it is taking care of HA. So in case one system goes down, it will automatically the secondary will become active with the same IP, and it will also take care of the DR. In case if the entire site is down because of some natural calamities or for any other reason, if the security is breached or for any reason, so in case if the entire site is down, automatically the tertiary server will take away or take all the responsibilities of the applications running on it. This is another architecture or the topology. So here you have a clustered environment. So this is one cluster with two systems and a shared storage. In this scenario, you have the same in the same network. You have two systems working in a clustered mode, and in case if it is not available via WAN, you are connected to a Neverfail DR system. In case if this cluster is not available, you have a DR system up and ready for taking the request of end user. Now this is in a virtualized environment. You have a HA DR trio in a para-virtualized environment. So that means you have three physical systems which have been virtualized to one secondary virtual system you are in the LAN itself, and then you have another virtual server which is actually having the same three virtual machines which is shown in this figure. So it's an environment where you have a HA locally as well as you have a DR in a virtualized environment. This is one of the topology for Neverfail. So depending upon the scenario, you can choose any one of them. If you want just the basic HA of two systems, you can have that in the same LAN. If you want it on a different location, you can have it on a different location. In case if the data is too bulky, you can have a WAN optimizer in between so that you don't just waste your bandwidth in sending the data from one location to another location. So based on the requirement, the scope will identify what all you will need. So if the data volume is too much, the scope, the software which I talked about, will decide whether you require WAN optimizer, whether you can have which kind of architecture. It will decide all the requirement based on the environment which is unique to each customer. Some of the Neverfail customers, we have a lot of success stories in this region as well as globally. In case if you have any questions, you can come back to me. We can offer you a DR solution based on your requirement. We can come down, test your environment, and tell you which is the best optimal solution for you guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching.